Well, Shabbat Shalom. This is the sunset for Sabbath on April 2nd, 2016. It's the final Sabbath before the Hebrew New Year begins next Thursday night, April 7th. 5 days away from the Hebrew New Year, which will be the first new moon after the spring equinox. It occurs from the night of April 7th to the night of April 8th. But here is the beautiful sunset for Shabbat, the final Shabbat of the year, from the Columbia Gorge just east of Portland. And this is Crown Point, overlooks the gorge. There's the gorge itself. That's Oregon, which is the side I'm on, and then across the Columbia River is Washington. Look how beautiful that is. So I just wanted to make this video this evening just to talk about how this is going to be the final Sabbath before the Hebrew New Year begins, which is next Thursday. But there's something very special about the year that's going to be beginning next Thursday night, because it's going to be the 49th year of a 50-year cycle that began in spring of 1968, right after the last Jubilee year, which was spring of 67 to spring of 68. This is the 49th year, or the 7th of the 7 cycles of years, and so we're going to be beginning a Shemitah year, or a Sabbath year, next Thursday night. And a Sabbath year is where the farmers in Israel were commanded not to work their fields, their rest for a whole year, and rely on Yah. And of course, most people in Israel during ancient Israel's time were farmers. That was what they did for a living. So the equivalent for our modern day society would be, this should be a year that we're able to rest and just rely on Yah to provide for us now. That's how I'm choosing to look at it. So I'm just believing that Yah is going to do something for his pure-hearted, Torah-obedient followers that will allow us to actually rest and enjoy this Shemitah year that begins next Thursday night. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I mean, I just think right now life is so exciting because I'm doing really, really well at work, and blessings are coming in at my job that I've been at for several months now. And I just recently started going back to a congregation that I used to visit way back in 2009, 2010, KHM. And today after Sabbath, we were discussing preparations for Passover, which is really exciting. And I'm also planning to celebrate Passover with the same group of people that I celebrated Sukkot with last fall out in Vernonia, which I'm really excited about. I just finished writing this book, and I have 3 major literary agencies. In fact, one of the agencies is one of the biggest literary agencies in New York City. 3 agencies that have requested the full manuscript, so that's exciting. And just being on the brink of this new year, it's just, I'm filled with so much hope and excitement and joy. And then also this whole thing with Donald Trump and him possibly becoming the next president, and I think he's going to do so many good things for this country. So it's an exciting time to be alive. We're on the verge of a Jubilee, which will start next spring. And now we're literally on the cusp of beginning a Shemitah year next Thursday. So this is the final Sabbath of the year. Shabbat Shalom. Look at that. The sun is almost completely set now. Well, this is the type of beauty that you get to enjoy when you live in the Pacific Northwest. It's pretty amazing. The broad Columbia River that acts as a natural boundary between Oregon and Washington. And a little inside factoid for you, if you've ever seen the movie Bandits with Bruce Willis, 2001 movie, a scene was actually filmed right here in the movie Bandits. Man, that That is so beautiful. Well, Shabbat Shalom.